Raton, the Health and Wealth Radio Network.
The skills you can develop as a soldier in the Army National Guard can give you an edge in the high-tech job market of tomorrow. The Guard offers career training to take advantage of your skills in science, technology, engineering, and math that can help give you a leg up to a high-paying and rewarding STEM profession. Get a head start on your career while earning money to pay for college. Log on to NationalGuard.com to learn about all of the STEM career opportunities in the Army National Guard. Sponsored by the Florida Army National Guard. Aired by the Florida Association of Broadcasters and this station.
If you're not happy with your investments, if you've ever tried the stock market and haven't done well, hop in the car and get to Online Trading Academy. Online Trading Academy's pro investors show you how they find the right investments. Learn current Wall Street skills about stocks, options, futures, Forex, even Bitcoin. See how market timing works and how money is made in up, down, and sideways markets by using their patented rules-based strategy. It helps find the right investment and limit the risk. The instructors at Online Trading Academy are certified, currently trade, and are profitable. They show you how they invest every day. Call now for a pair of tickets to a free half-day class at Online Trading Academy. Classes are all over Miami-Dade, Broward, Palm Beach, Jupiter, and Port St. Lucie. Call Online Trading Academy now. Call 954-668-2510. 954-668-2510. 954-668-2510.
Talk here, talk there. Talk 1470 AM and 95.3 FM, the Health and Wealth Radio Network. WNN.
The following program is sponsored by the Emerald Financial Group, which is solely responsible for its content. Securities offered through J.W. Cole Financial members, FINRA, SIPC. Investment advice offered through J.W. Cole Advisors. The Emerald Financial Group, J.W. Cole Financial, and J.W. Cole Advisors are unaffiliated entities. The opinions expressed by Jeanette Vanderhorst should not be construed as specific investment, legal, or tax advice. All economic and performance information is historical and not indicative of future results. Investing may involve the risk of loss of principal. Any tax advice on this show is not intended to be used by any person for the purpose of avoiding U.S. federal or state tax penalties that may be imposed on such person, and each listener should seek advice from their tax advisor or legal counsel on topics that arise from the show. Jeanette Vanderhorst is not providing legal or tax advice. Nothing should be construed as solicitation of an offer to buy securities.
The opinions expressed on the following sponsored program are strictly those of the host, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors.
Hi, Sandra Torres with Plan Your Company, a business coaching and consulting firm that helps to fast-track business goals for entrepreneurs and business owners.
And Jeanette Vanderhorst, I'm a wealth advisor with the Emerald Financial Group, helping to educate and empower our women to take control of their financial futures. Thank you for joining us today at Minding Your Business with Sandra and Jeanette at twoboricuas.com.
Providing mindful thoughts on life, love, and business. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to Minding Your Business with Sandra and Jeanette. We're so happy to have you guys here. If you are listening to us in your car, we're so grateful to have you. If you're following us on Facebook, please comment. We want to hear from you. We want to, get you guys involved in this awesome conversation that we're going to be having today.
Yeah.
Which our Facebook is at Two Boricuas, or you could also search us up at Minding Your Business with Sandra and Jeanette. Also on Instagram, follow us. We do appreciate that very much. So we have an interesting show today. Actually, before I get into the shows, I want to go over the events that we have coming up.
Yes, sure.
So next week, Wednesday, July 18th, is our United Women Professionals event. If you are in Delray Beach, it's going to be held at El Camino in Delray Beach off Atlantic Avenue. And that's from 11 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. And it's going to be awesome. We got a lot of great, awesome ladies coming. And I know some of you are watching now. So I look forward to seeing you guys. And then you have something.
Well, mine isn't so much an event, but I am very much promoting a book club.
Yeah.
So I'd like to begin a book club. Anyone who's interested, please send us an email, mindyourbiz at 2 Boricuas.com.
Yes.
And it's just really, it's so that we can begin talking about books that inspire us,
and
motivate
what we're gaining
us.
from it.
Sure, and to be able to talk about it.
Yep.
So, yeah, so today's show, Adversity Part 2.
Yes, and if you want to chime in, we want to hear you. 888-565-1470. Call us or comment on our Facebook.
Yes. Hi, Carol. Hi, Diane. Thank you so much. So, yeah, today we're talking about adversities.
Yeah.
I know that last week we got into it, and really we didn't touch too much on how you can overcome them. How do you find that beast mode, right?
Yeah.
Or as you called it, the mojo.
Yeah. How
So-
do you guys find that? We want to hear.
Yeah, no, we certainly want to know. We have our input, our insights as to how we've served ourselves to get there. So we're hoping that you'll find this show to be very informative. So, you know, when we talk about tips and practices and how you can take those adversities, or what we like to call challenges, you know, because sometimes we create our own adversities on a daily basis, right?
Yeah.
Either by not preparing, not planning.
Yep.
So we take whatever underlying adversities we already carry and we tack on a whole bunch.
Yeah.
So we're hoping that today's show is going to help you guys to really get past that point.
Yeah, get some tips on what you can do.
Yeah. So the first thing we were talking about was accountability.
Yeah, acceptance, self-acceptance. We all have adversity. So when you just accept that as part of it, you know, as part of your life and your life experience and everybody's life experience, don't beat yourself up for what you've gone through. You know, just accept that and be honest about it. Be honest with yourself.
Yeah,
You know, it's
well,
very
the
critical.
honesty is extremely important. If you're not honest about the parts of you that need to change, you're never going to change that part that is holding you back.
Exactly.
So while it's hard for everyone, I mean, I know it's hard for me, no one wants to hear that there's something wrong or that there's something in us that, and at times our own experiences growing up, childhood environment, they mold us into who we're going to be, right? So then those adversities, as we discussed last week, sort of become us. So then to hear that that's what needs to change is like, ugh,
Yeah.
it's devastating.
Yeah.
You know, it's our wall.
Yeah.
It's our safety blanket.
For sure. And it's accepting all those mistakes, you know, like just completely, you know,
Owning them.
That's a great
them.
Yep.
Yeah, and just saying, you know, it's okay. You fall, you get up.
You're allowed to.
Right?
Or, yeah.
The objective is not whether you fall or not. It's really how you stand up from the fall. How you pick up the pieces and you gather your thoughts and you use that to sort of push you to get to where you need to go.
Yeah.
So, you know, when we talk about those things,
Yeah.
we talk about setting timelines, even putting goals. And we sometimes will use our day-to-day activities to say, okay, well, this is a goal, but it's not really a goal. It's part of the norm. You know, in my case, it would be, okay, call your clients, manage your book of business, connect with people. I can't get to Friday and go, woohoo,
Yeah.
I have a success. It's part of my normal routine.
Yeah.
So I have to set the bar higher. And then I have to put a date on that because then it just falls on the wayside.
Yeah.
You know, you don't put any attention to it until you have to.
Yeah.
And then sometimes it's too late.
For sure. You know what I talk to people about is setting 3 bars for yourself. It's you have your typical goal and then create a if I'm awesome goal, you know, and then your next level goal. And aim for the low one, but when you're writing it down and you see and you reach that, you can reach for those bigger ones.
Right.
And then you'll be happy if you meet your base level goals.
Oh, yeah.
But you're going to be an awesome.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's meeting that base level
Can't
goal
say.
that makes you want to get to the second one and then the third one, right? And that's where the true power starts to come
Yeah.
in because now you're reaching those goals.
You're seeing yourself accomplish things. And do things.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We talked about even reinventing yourself.
Yeah.
Becoming a whole nother person. It's okay to shift. It's when we say reinventing yourself, we're not talking about you're just going to go into something totally different. We're talking about some simple things, like sometimes even coloring your hair for us women. You know, we have a bad breakup, we chop it all off. It makes us feel like someone completely different, right?
Yeah.
So when we change, the world changes with us. But then the follow-up, it's not just reinventing yourself, but on a physical, but also on a business level, right? Or whatever your business is, however you're putting mind to your business, whether you're a stay-at-home mom who's looking to branch out and maybe start a business at home, you know, whatever the process is, allowing yourself to just say, you know, I don't have to be where I'm at right now. If I can envision myself to be somewhere else, where we had talked about earlier, the vision board. You know, you set your vision board and you have a clear picture as to where you want to go.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's so out of the realm of what you would expect, but it's allowing yourself to dream on that level.
Yeah. I think that a vision board, like, it's filled with so many lofty things, and they should be heartfelt. It should be really, what is it that you really want? Which we were talking about that. Not a lot of people know what they really want. You know, a lot of people struggle with that. But reinventing yourself is get outside of your normal routine.
Yeah, absolutely.
Change, you know, and change is good. Embrace it. Embrace change. Embrace your mistakes. Embrace your failures. You know, it's important.
It's really important.
Yeah, it's part of self-acceptance as well. Yeah.
Well, and we spend our lives trying to identify who we are.
Yeah.
We want to present ourselves as being, you know, that person that's whole.
Yeah.
Sometimes we don't feel whole.
Exactly.
So it's interesting because your adversities can project when you're meeting with people and you don't realize it.
Yeah.
And that tends to be the first step that you put forth.
Yeah.
And it shouldn't be.
Yes.
You know, and going into a situation, we talk about easing insecurities. Plan, and then plan some more. There's nothing wrong with being prepared. It also helps to remove the fear factor.
Yeah.
Because you're going into whatever your situation is, knowing exactly where you want to be, you know, the goal that you're trying to reach. And then the unknown isn't so scary anymore because you've factored in the unknown, the possibility of, you know.
Yeah, and it's mindset. Let's talk about mindset for a little bit. What are ways that people can change that mindset? You know, I especially when it comes to getting into your mojo, getting into your groove, you know. There's going to be times in your life, and I'm sure all of you have experienced this, where you are on it. You're on it, man. You got everything done. You are hustling. You're doing your thing. And then there's days that you wake up and you're not feeling it, you know. And those are the days we need to kick our own butts, you know. But there's so many things we can do, you know, to kind of get out of that funk, you know. And there's a lot of great advice out there. But some of the things like I do are like I put loud music on. If I'm feeling kind of like I'm not into it, I put some salsa on.
Oh, me too.
I put some old school freestyle on.
Yeah.
I put some 90s hip hop on.
Yeah.
You know, and it gets me into, okay, you know, life is way bigger than our little problems.
Yeah.
You know, because the problems, when you think about it, they're really not as big as we make them out to be.
Right.
Because they're just in our minds.
Well, that's that daily, you know, how we let the daily objectives sort of add to our insecurities, and they don't have to be there.
Yeah.
Some of the simple things, you know, it's funny. The simple task of just putting one foot in front of the other and saying, you know, I'm not going to stress about this not getting done. I'm going to start here. I'm going to tackle this. And then once I tackle this, I'll get to the next thing. And then I'll get to the next thing. Before you know it, you've cleared everything off your plate. But because you put mind to what you were doing, you said to yourself, you know, I'm not going to worry about that next project. I'm going to be present in this one.
Yeah. No, that's very critical. If you're working on something, just close out everything else and focus on that one thing. I think a lot of people have trouble with focusing. That's kind of where our attention is kind of Facebook and Instagram.
Oh my God,
it's all
social
over
media
the
is
place.
like terrible with that. Speaking of, Susie, Amy, Jose, thank you guys. Thank you. Thank you for tuning in.
Yeah. So mindset, you know, like what else do you do? Like when you wake up in the morning and you're feeling kind of in a funk that day. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, for me,
I know you started yoga. Are you doing
I
that?
did.
Yeah.
I did. My recent trip to New York really expanded my horizons when it came to working out. And I had spent quite a bit of time since I moved to South Florida after having experienced a car accident and not being able to work out. So that was challenging for me.
Yeah.
But I started doing yoga, you know, because of my dear friend. I also started preparing some natural juices in the morning
Good
and
girl.
not turning to coffee right away.
Yeah.
You know, not taking myself from 0 to 60 the moment I open my eyes.
Yeah.
And that helped me to remain more centered.
Yep.
To begin my day feeling
With
just
intention. You're
right,
intending
with-
it to be healthy. You want to go about it the right way. And so, you know, all of these things kind of affect. Coffee kind of brings you up and then it brings you down, you know?
Yeah.
Green juice or water, definitely.
Oh yeah,
some
water.
glasses of
Water's,
water in the morning.
Water's typically the first thing that I will have before I start the juice, before I put anything into my body. You have to hydrate.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's enough in society that's going to keep us always on the up and up, or like keeping our attention. Sometimes where it doesn't need to be.
Yeah.
But
that's why
because-
exercise kind of
helps you stay
to-
centered.
Yeah.
I see
love
your
exercise.
post in the morning,
I love
and you're
working.
exercising. I know, and I'm so jealous because I
Yeah.
used to do all that crazy stuff. I did CrossFit, Pilates reformer. You know, I just loved it all.
Yeah.
I loved it all, and the fact that I can't do it right now really does.
Yeah.
You know.
One thing I used to do a lot that was great for kind of directing your mind is running. You know, I love kind of you put your headphones in and you get in your zen and think about your place in the universe, you know?
I'm sorry. We just had someone comment, start with taking a shower. You know, there's a lot to be said about that, because some people will take their showers in the evening because time doesn't, you know, allow in the morning if you're on the go. I'm the kind of person where I do need to shower in the mornings to help myself wake up. It's sort of like that cup of coffee. I do shower in the evenings too, but I
shower after the workout. Shower after you work out. Work out first. Get yourself out of bed with intention. You know, if that's difficult to do on its own, you know, it's great to wake up and just kind of spend some time reading. What I do what I've developed as a habit is the first thing that I do is I'll read 2 pages of this book that I'm reading. And it gets my brain going in a very different way than it was before. Reading in the morning is such a great tip, definitely. If you have a good book or an inspirational book, like definitely take some time to read 2 or 3 pages, or spend at least 5 to 15 minutes reading if you can, 5 minutes at the minimum, but just read, and then that will
not
start.
your phone.
No,
Facebook, not feeds.
No. And not even Kindle. I don't know. I'm old school. I like a book.
Yeah,
I like
and
a physical
I
book.
actually enjoy the daily affirmations. I do, because they do get me started. They make me look at the day a little differently. They help me to process how I'm going to proceed.
Yeah.
You know, whether it speaks to me or not.
Yeah.
Someone put down reading a biblical verse. You know, whatever
gets you inspired, whatever
Whatever
motivates
gets
you.
you inspired, gets you rocking and rolling.
Yeah.
That's really, really
Yeah.
important.
So read a book in the morning. Definitely want to do some stretches, working out, develop a routine for yourself. I think it's like we were saying before, you know, it's developing those focus points of what do you want to accomplish throughout the day. So wake up in the morning with awesome intention, be grateful for your day, be grateful for the things that you have, be grateful for what you don't have, because that's for a purpose, you know, and just be grateful that you're alive, because there are so many others that are in a very bad situation, and we take what we have for granted because we're constantly trying to compare it to what everybody else has. What we're seeing as this facade of what everybody else on Facebook has or on social media has, and that's just kind of making a lot of people fall into this.
Well,
okay,
that,
I'm
and what
not
it does
at
is,
myself.
without you realizing it, you find yourself in just comparing where your life is versus what someone else's life looks like. It's not all the same. It's not all the same.
Yeah.
You know, and then in the world of social media, what's true and what's not true, and you know, it can affect someone's ability to want to get up and walk.
Yeah, when they see
outside
other
in the
people,
morning.
when they see other people like, oh, I could never do that, or I'm
Right.
never going to get there.
Right.
But that happens with developing the action steps that you need to do. Develop a plan of action. Work with somebody. Work with a coach. Doesn't have to be me. Find a mentor that you can have in your life that's going to hold you accountable for the things in your life. But hold yourself accountable. Hold yourself accountable. Nobody's obligated to you but yourself.
Well,
so it's critical for that.
That's back to our first point, right? Making yourself accountable.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely key. Absolutely key. Because even if you set goals, even if you wake up with a clear objective as to what you're going to start, if you don't make yourself accountable, your day will not end the way you expected it to.
Yeah.
Because you're just going to be lackadaisy about whatever it is that you felt. But then the feeling all comes back. So here we are back to square one.
Yeah.
We don't want that. Make yourself accountable. Push yourself and say, you know, I'm tired. I came home from work. I'm tired. I don't want to do this. Do it anyway.
Yeah. Now, you're going to, people definitely run into where you set a plan and then you just kind of, something deters your day and then you're off that path. And that's okay.
Well, the plan
that's okay.
is,
that's going to happen.
Right, because the plan really is just for you to be mindful as to the steps you want to accomplish. They don't have to be done in any given order, right?
Yes. I'm being silly.
You don't have to do it in any specific order.
Yeah.
You know, yeah.
Yeah.
In her Vogue or
Yeah.
robot,
Yeah, well,
whichever way
because
you want to see it,
Our
right?
listeners
We're not
can't
robots.
see me, but but you know what's great and I love as an exercise too is boxing. I don't know if you guys saw, that was this morning's workout. And boxing does so much to stimulate your brain, to get it in such, your endorphins are running, you feel great, and you feel like you can tackle on the day. So if you have a gym nearby that, you know.
Like your cardio.
Yeah, use it as a cardio, exactly. Gustavo does running, and I'll do boxing, you know, because boxing's my thing. I love it. It gets me into a very active state, and I feel like, okay, I'm on it. I'm getting my mojo, you know, going. You know, so I love that. You know, I think that's, I think everybody should box, to be honest.
Yeah. Yeah.
For sure.
I did kickboxing a little bit.
Why are you laughing?
Oh, because I don't know. For whatever reason, I didn't find myself to be coordinated enough.
Yeah. Well, that,
you know,
yes.
it took me a minute.
True. Yeah.
But it was a lot of fun. I mean, I used the CrossFit more because at the time when I was working out, I was involved in a lot of sports. Mm-hmm. So the CrossFit helped me when I played softball and, you know, to whack a bat against a tire. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Anytime you can beat something up.
But getting out your aggression like that are great ways because it will build up. We're human, you know, and that's you know, because of all of what we have gone through, we kind of, and then all that we see that we want to become, we tend to beat ourselves up. So doing things like that take your aggression out, boxing, you know, taking a what do you call that tool that you hit with the wheel? Doing whatever that's
the
called.
weight stick.
Is
the balance, whatever it is,
whatever
the weight stick.
Yeah, if you guys know, let us know.
Let us know. It's 888-565-1470. Let us know what that tool is. Yeah. One of our listeners says she exercises every morning. She walks down the hall like 10 times to tell her daughter to get out of bed.
Well, shoot. Yeah, that's a whole nother type of...
That's a different type of exercise.
Yeah.
That's a different time. But, you know, another thing, when we say starting a vision board, another really good thing to practice is knowing your why. Now, I say that loosely because not all of us know our why. Sometimes it doesn't come till later on in our lives, and that's driven by our career, life experiences, whatever your why is. If it hasn't come to you right away, it's okay. Don't beat yourself up over it.
Yeah.
You know, it'll come to you eventually. Just stay on the path of progression.
Yeah. So on that, because I love that topic on finding your why, I feel that gives, when you find a purpose and a reason for doing things, you tend to be a happier human being. So, like, what is it that you're passionate about? And what do you care about? Period. Let's make it all down to the nuts and bolts. Very, very basic. It doesn't have to be anything grand. What do you care about most? I've heard a lot of women say, oh, I care about my kids. They're my passion. No, it's got to be outside of your family. But on that, if you care about your kids, what is it that you want your kids to have? Do you want them to have a better life? How do you want them to have the country that we're living in? There's so many things that will affect that. So be an activist if you have to. You know, if you're fighting for your kids, if your kids are your solely passion, then you want them to have a future and you want your grandchildren to have a future, then think about those things. Think about what entices you that.
Right? Let's start small. Become someone, you know, volunteer your time in a school.
Yeah.
Make yourself present at the school. See what's happening. See how your involvement can help. you know, the development of your children within that school.
Yep.
Yeah, knowing your why, again, start with the small stuff.
Yeah.
Sometimes we overthink it. We think it needs to be monumental. And
it doesn't need to be monumental.
And it doesn't have to be.
No, it doesn't have to be monumental. So many people do very basic things and are happy. The thing is, are you happy? That's the question. You know, what is going to make you happy? So it's not about, okay, thinking something grand or something small. Is what's going to fulfill you and make you happy ultimately. Right. You know? And that varies, you know, for so many different people. It can be something as simple as, you know, just very, very local, townish. And if that's the case, I don't think you have a problem with adversity or anything. You're doing what you love to do.
Right.
You know, that's really the point.
And
do what
in
you love
that
to do.
respect, right, when you're volunteering your time, you're choosing the location. You're choosing the place. You're choosing where your heart knows it wants to be. Yeah. So it makes it easy. It doesn't even feel like work. You almost start to forget that that's something you're passionate about because it's just rolling. You're just rolling with that wave.
Yeah.
You know, but you're making such a difference.
Yes.
You're making such a difference.
For sure.
Tennis?
I love the comments.
What about tennis?
We love the comments, guys.
Tennis. What's happening with tennis?
I love tennis, by the way. Where are you? Let's play tennis. I know my sister's watching, and I have a girlfriend watching that I used to play up when I was living in New Jersey, because I'm a Jersey girl. Tennis is the sport. If you play tennis, I'm in West Boca. I would definitely love to meet up and have a tennis. I love it. Yeah. It's the most active sport, and it just like boxing, because your endorphins are running, and it's such a great athletic sport for your legs. Like, I get in it.
See,
you know?
For me, you're the tennis player from Jersey. You're the tennis player from Jersey. I'm the handball player from El Barrio.
Yeah. Oh, well, that's a good one, too, because you're still chasing.
I grew up just doing that. So I totally get it. I love that. I love that. Anytime you can make it, you can play by yourself, you can play in a team, it's awesome. Yeah. But guys, again, your adversities, one foot in front of the other.
Pretty much.
One foot in front of the other. Mm-hmm. Don't get hung up on what you didn't accomplish.
What you can't accomplish.
What you can accomplish. Just keep climbing.
Yes.
It's what we say, right? It's that upward climb. Yeah. Right? That helps us to really pursue more, to achieve more. It's going to give us that beast mode effect. That's because you're going to want more. Yeah. Because it's an upward climb.
Yes.
It's an upward climb.
All right, guys, we're on to our last minute.
Yeah, I'm sorry no one called, but thank you for...
We got a great feedback
we got a lot of feedback
news
on our Facebook, so thank you so much.
Yes. So, and I have a quote for you guys. Pretty much know it. The people who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones that do.
High five.
High five on that. Thank you guys so much. We look forward to see you guys again.
Send us an email, guys. Mind your biz. BIZ at 2boricuas.com.
Yes. Yeah, let us know. Support us. Follow us on Facebook, 2boricuas on Instagram. And show us some love. Yes. We want, support. You know, we want to
have a great weekend, guys.
Yeah. Take care. Bye.
What a great show. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in to Sandra and Jeanette and Minding Your Business with 2 Boricuas.
You can find us on Facebook and Instagram at 2 Boricuas. That's the number 2. If you'd like to give us some feedback or thoughts or be featured on our show, please email us at mindyourbiz@2boricuas.com. That's the number 2 and Boricuas with a C. BORICUAS. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys.